You're listening to the Sales Hunter podcast and the Weekly Sales Kickoff. I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. Hey, I'm going to show you in this episode the easiest way to increase your success in sales or whatever it is that you do. Best of all, it requires you to do only one thing. And that one thing is something that you have complete control over. Ready for what it is? It's your schedule. I'm going to show you how. That's it. Nothing more will make you more successful. And no, it does not mean you do not have to have a life. I'm not talking about giving up your life. In fact, applying it and you'll find yourself having a better life. That's what we're talking about. And the show begins right now.
You're listening to the Sales Hunter podcast with Mark Hunter, where the focus is to help you as a sales leader sell with confidence and integrity. And now here's your host.
So are you ready for me to unpack this? Let me share with you a quick sponsor copy because we've got to pay the bills, right? Hey, this episode is brought to you by How to Get a Meeting with Anyone Mastermind. It's where elite sellers learn audacious, proven strategies to land impossible meetings with their dream clients. It's led by Stu Heineck. He's the Wall Street Journal cartoonist who AMA named the father of contact marketing. You can join now, spots are limited, at getameetingmastermind.com. Okay, let's start unpacking this. Hey, here's the deal. We're talking about your schedule, and I want to freak you out. I want to scare you right now. When you hear the word routine or habit, what runs through your mind? Do you say, sign me up, or do you say, hold on, I'm not one of those freaks? I can tell you years ago when I heard the word habit or routine, I was turned off. To me, it was a sign of being stuck in the mud and never being open to change because, hey, I was a free bird. I want to do what I wanted to do. Let me tell you about Frank. Frank, a friend of mine, and about 15 years ago now, he opened an insurance agency, 0 clients, 0 business, but he went to work, literally. He broke every day and every week into small segments, each one comprised of a specific activity. He never deviated. He never flinched. On many a nice summer, sunny afternoons when the golf course was alluring, he stayed in the office doing his routine. Day in and day out, he stayed focused. After 10 years of doing his routine, the only thing that changed was the type of activities he was doing. You see, his routine done daily allowed him to build a significant business. I asked him if it was hard. His reply, no. The only thing hard was the daily routine and being accountable to himself. It's called unseen discipline. Okay, you might not be looking to start a business, but what is something that you know you need to do? Something that you've been putting off doing, but you know you need to do it. In my own life, years ago, I thought about how I would start a podcast, but I rationalized it away with the excuse, no time. No. And there's no way I could keep it up. So why start? There's no way I could do it perfect. So don't start. Funny thing happened. I started a podcast with another person, and the two of us helped hold each other accountable. You see, that's a little secret piece about having a routine. It's who are you accountable to? Today, the podcast I co-host with Meredith Elliott Powell. It's called Sales Logic. Many of you probably have checked it out. It's about to do its 250th weekly episode. And that's after we said, no, we can't do it. And you know what's interesting? A year after I started that podcast, I started this one, the Sales Hunter podcast, and ultimately doing it 2 episodes a week. Okay, here's the rules. And this is where I want to break these down for you. I want to share with you 8 things that you can do right now to help you achieve this habit, this routine, the greater level of success. 1, just start. Just start. It's not hard. Just start. 2, keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. This is the problem that I see so many people do. This is the problem I had with the podcast because we wanted to overcomplicate it. Just keep it simple, which takes me to number 3. Strive for completion versus perfection. Whoa, stop the presses. Hold on. This is critical early on. Because here's the deal. If you strive for perfection, it's going to overtake your emotions. And too often people will sit there and say they just can't do it. They just can't do it. If they can't do it perfect, they're not going to do it. Let me tell you something. Perfection's great. That's going to undoubtedly probably happen when you get into a real strict routine and do it many, 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 many times. But initially, don't worry about it. Just strive for completion. 4, schedule it. Schedule it. You got to put it on your calendar. I'm going to go back and share with you a very secret, the secret to Sales Logic podcast. Meredith and I were looking to do this podcast, and we couldn't find time on our calendars. It finally came down to that we had to decide on Saturday mornings. Saturday mornings, we were going to do it. And we committed time. And that is what we have stuck to ever since. Which takes us to number 5, be accountable. See, it goes beyond you. Now, Frank had an incredible amount of internal discipline that he was able to hold himself accountable. But I have a feeling, and I need to call Frank, I need to find out. I'm sure he had other accountability partners, if nothing more, probably his wife. Yeah. You see, here's the thing. You've got to be willing to be accountable, because otherwise you're going to set this objective and you're going to quickly step off and not do it. Number 6, don't stop. This is why accountability is so hard. It is so important. And scheduling is so important. Don't stop. When you make your first excuse as to why you don't have time to do something, it is amazing how you're going to find yourself making excuses even faster. Just this morning, for instance, we record these podcasts. We do them live every Monday morning at 8 a.m. Central Time. And I got up at my normal time this morning, 4:30. And I got caught up in other things and other activities. And I said, I don't have time to work out. And I had to stop and say, hold it. My discipline, my routine is working out. And I held to that habit. I held to that routine. Number 7, reward yourself. Celebrate your personal win, even the most minor win. For instance, if you're starting a new habit, a new routine, and you just complete 5 days of it, celebrate it. Then celebrate 10 days. Celebrate yourself even. And it's not about necessarily the success that you're having with it. It's the fact that you're doing it. This is the key thing. Frank shared with me, he said, Mark, when I started my insurance agency, there was time and time again when my calls weren't going anywhere, my emails nothing was happening. But I stuck with it, knowing that eventually they would. Yes. Which takes me to number 8. Don't look for fast results. If you look for fast results, again, you're going to stop. We live in a society that wants to be rewarded instantaneously for everything that we do. No. Jeffrey Bezos, founder of Amazon, said we were a 10,000 night overnight success or something of that manner. I'm sure I'm quoting his wrong, but what he was saying is that looking for fast results doesn't work. Many times what you do can seem like watching paint dry. Yeah. You see, today I look at habits, I look at routines differently than when I was younger. I now see them as a key to my success. What's the habit? What's the routine you need to start? Something I found along the way that really changed my mindset about habits and routines was hanging out with top performers. Top performers. It is amazing how top performers, and not just top performers for a one game or one quarter or 1 month or but top performers in sales who are consistently at the top of the game. They're driven by very strict routines. In fact, I've never met a consistent top performer who was not driven by habits and routines. In fact, what's fascinating is that many times they have multiple habits. In other words, they stack them on top of each other. This is something that in the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, if you've not read it, you need to read it. He talks about stackable habits. And because you do one habit, it allows you to do the next one. It allows you to do the next one. This is what I say makes your morning routine so valuable, because if I can have a very strict morning routine, it's amazing at how much better the rest of the day goes. See, I'm stacking habits. I want to just come back for just a moment and run through these 8 principles. Number 1, just start. 2, keep it simple. 3, strive for completion versus perfection. 4, schedule it. 5, be accountable. 6, don't stop. 7, reward yourself. And 8, don't look for fast results. Okay, what's the habit? What's the routine you need to start? What is it? Hey, do me a favor. Share it with me. Share it with others. You see, here's what I found. You're not going to be a top performer unless you have very strict habits, a very strict routine. I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. You've been listening to the Sales Hunter podcast. This is the weekly sales kickoff, where I go into a little more depth, sharing with you insights that you can run with. Do me a favor, leave me a post, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking of these new live episodes. Most of all, I want you to do me a favor. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast, would you? Subscribe to it, because when you subscribe to it, it is amazing at the success you can have. Yes, I thank you for the comment from Alan Hall. 250 episodes later, still accountable. Yes, we are. 250 in, and we're going to keep going. Hey, great selling.